Hey guys, on today's video we're going to discuss how to deal with unhealed trauma. And this wasn't a title that I was going to do today, but after I left physical therapy it just started weighing on my mind. So that's what we're going with today, and I look forward to talking to you about it coming right up. Hey guys, welcome. Today we're going to discuss how to deal with unhealed trauma, like I said. And the reason I wanted to do this video is because today I went to physical therapy, and while I was there, near the end of every outing that I go to for my physical therapy, the gentleman that does it for me, the last thing he does, he has me sit up on the table before he ices it down, and he starts rubbing on my scar. And I asked him, I said, why exactly do you do that? And he said, well, if you go and don't actually work out your scars, they remain there and they're more prevalent. And when you rub them and work on them, they actually lay down to where they're even not noticeable. And as soon as he said that, things started running through my mind. And it was about emotional scars that we don't deal with. And I thought, man, things have happened with me in my life recently, and as you know, the past 7-8 months, really since November of this past year. But I had some little things even going on before then, and some big things. And the reason I wanted to do today's video is because I wanted to talk about those emotional scars that we bury deep inside us. We compartmentalize them, we hide them, and then we just go on with our lives. And what happens is, while we're just moving and going through the motions, they're still there. Those scars are still there, and we've never done anything to resolve those scars, so they just get more and more noticeable. And the way they get more and more noticeable is because we start lashing out at other people. We start getting upset over things we normally wouldn't. We start seeing everyone around us as the enemy because we've had someone treat us wrong. So we get very untrusting. And I thought, you know, I've been dealing with that for months. And I need to unpack this stuff and start working on these scars, just like that gentleman worked on me this morning on my scar on my arm. When we have that unresolved damage, it still stays there and it lingers in our life, and it comes out in times when we least want it to. And I started thinking about myself and how I've been dealing with the scars. You know, I recently lost my father. I had a blow up with my business partners, and that was a mess, still is. I've had several friends that I just don't want to be around anymore. You feel almost, and it's nothing to do with them, it has to do with me and what I'm dealing with. But you sit there and you think about, man, what is going on with me? And the best way to explain it is you feel almost stuck. You feel like you're frozen in time. You're afraid to go back. I don't know if afraid, but I guess part of it is fear. You're afraid to go back and actually deal with each thing that's unresolved in your life, because you start realizing, man, I've got a lot of unresolved shit in my life that I have not dealt with. And it's almost like, where do I start? To where it just seems overwhelming, and we've talked about that before. You just seem overwhelmed to where you think, I don't even know where to begin. Well, that's where it comes into time to where we need to actually go to therapy. And I have called and made myself an appointment with a new therapist that I need. And I wanted to do this video to let you know that it's okay to need to talk to someone and to deal with these scars, because left unchecked, they just get, like I said, more noticeable, and they never go away, and they never calm down to where people can't even really notice those scars. And we need to do that for ourselves and for the others around us. You know, I've been feeling like fearful lately, fearful of failing, but also fearful of success, and think, how would I handle this? And you get to where you're almost unsure of yourself. And I've never been that way in my life. I've always been sure of myself. I've always been confident. But I feel like my confidence has taken a kick in the nuts to where I just can't snap out of it. Before, I could go a couple weeks and snap out of it, but this has been months. And it's come to my realization even through just this morning, realizing that I've got these scars that I'm going to have to handle and deal with. So do you have those in your life? And I hope you don't. But if you do, do like I am. Just do something about it. Go talk to someone about it. Start dealing with those scars, because I started feeling like it was just coming in waves. I'd be okay for a couple days, and I almost felt like, I think of when I was fishing when I was a kid, and I'd just throw my little bobber out there, and my bobber would just wave up and down. And that's the way I felt recently. I feel like, I'll have some good days and some bad days, but I'm just on this medial float, and I'm going nowhere. I'm not going toward the shore. I'm not going out to sea. I'm just going nowhere. And that is no way to feel. You feel stuck. Just remember, when we have things hidden in compartments in our minds and in our hearts, they never heal. Those things will just stay there and linger the rest of our lives. And we don't need to live that way. And I'm not going to live that way. I'm going to go handle mine and get help, because I need it. I need the help. I cannot resolve these issues in my mind and in my heart on my own. I've got some really piercing things in my heart that have really upset me. I'm a loving person. I love people. And when people don't reciprocate and show you that love back and are almost evil, it's hard to swallow. It's hard to get over. So I'm going to do something about mine, and I hope that if you're watching this video and you have some of these unresolved, unhealed traumas in your life, deal with them. Unpack them. Unpack those boxes in your mind and in your heart, because it'll weigh you down. And it'll weigh you down to where you just can't move. It almost felt like my depression and anxiety were working overtime just to keep me in this space of fear. And that's basically what it was. It was just fear of having to deal with something that I didn't really want to deal with. And it's like my heart or my mind can't have peace of mind right now. And that's no way to be. And I don't want to be that way. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. And if this is your first time, my name is Tom Fulks, and this is my channel, Moving Forward with Tom. And on this channel, I discuss not only what it's like to live with anxiety and depression, but also some things that I do and that you can do to overcome those feelings, and so that we can live a happier life. So if you enjoyed the content, hit a thumbs up button to let YouTube know that you enjoyed it. And also turn on notifications and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel so you can join me every week, and we can build a community here to where we can share together. And if you've already joined the community, why don't you share a video with someone so they can join our community too, and we can build this so that we can share in the comments. And speaking of the comments, I would love for you to share in the comments of something that you've buried that you really need to deal with that you haven't. And be honest with yourself and be honest with our community. No one judges here. This is no judgment zone. So put something down in the comments that you're having trouble dealing with, and that maybe you've carried for years that you need to deal with. But just remember one thing: we can never ever move forward until we do something about it and stand up and start walking. So till next time, just do me one favor: just keep moving forward. Thanks.